All right, good morning, everybody. I took a one and done today. It wasn't on Apple. This was a miss of the day for me. Unfortunately, my internet was trash this morning. This is a textbook play. I tried taking it long right here on this rejection of the VWAP. Close above, came down, tested, opened here, started to move up. I tried going in around 35.04 or 134.05. With a stop loss of the break of the VWAP, I would have probably done it right here just below the opening price, which would have been about a 20-cent risk. This would have been a perfect little 4R run right here. A little bit of a retracement here. We would have partialed right here and then hopefully up here at the top. That would have been the game plan. Unfortunately, the hotkeys weren't working because my DOS was lagging. At that point, I just kind of wanted to settle down, make sure it was working okay. There was actually a really good chance to re-enter here for a smaller move. But I did not take it. However, I did get one trade today on NEO. NEO opened up extremely weak. It was selling off pretty heavily right as market opened, and that just kind of continued. Went right down to S3. We kind of stumbled a little bit below that. Once we went up and couldn't retrace our S3 or our moving average, I took it short for another breakdown. I was just afraid of it moving against me quickly. I got in a little bit too early. This was 100 shares, $40 risk. I covered 25 shares right here after we had this hammer. Came back up. I then added back into my position. We went up. We retested. I really wish I would have waited to add here, but that's okay. It worked out still. We went up. Also with this cover here, I was able to maintain my same stop loss, which was the break above S2. So we still had a pretty nice stop loss. We came up. We barely got our way up to S3. Never even really touched it. Immediately started selling off. I covered at S4, covered a little bit here, covered a little bit here, covered a little bit here. These were all really small partials. At this point, up until this last one right here, this partial situation we had, let me go ahead and clean that up. This partial right here, that was only half of my shares. So I still had 50% of my shares available. Actually, no, 60% because I had 60 shares available. Once we bounced back up off of S4, I thought that was a good chance of it being resistance level. So I ended up covering half of those shares just to get a little bit more realized profit in. I knew if we go back down and we started to test our S4 loss, I would go ahead and re-enter. We came up, we tested. Just as I had thought, we came down. I entered this just a smidge too soon. I should have waited for this candle to close. It was a fine entry point. I could have gotten basically the same entry here, but I would just like for more confirmation. I jumped in a little too soon. We actually came down, tested. I bought on the way back up, or added to my position on my short on the way back up. I really wish I would have waited for it to close below S4, but it worked out okay. We had some nice downward pressure. Unfortunately, I missed my fill here by 2 cents. I had a 35 level. I had a 35.02 ready to go. It got to 35.07 and immediately bought back up. As soon as we started to test our S4, I covered the remaining of my shares. I had 20 shares remaining at this point, and I added 40, so I had a total of 60 shares. My average cost was still up here at, my average cost was still right around here at 70. So we did net a little bit of profit off of that, but not a lot. It was basically break even from my initial entry. So, all right, that was my one and done. That ended up being in total about 1.3R. Unfortunately, when I first entered, I thought S4 was down here further. I thought I had an extra 20 cents. I thought it was at 38. It was not. It was at 58. I misread the chart on accident. So it wasn't the best R to R, but on a day where I'm having internet issues and my DOS was lagging, I will gladly accept a 1.2, 1.3R return. All right, have a great day. Stay green, everybody.